Round five is five reasons you should invest in learning the skill of being a good listener. I had the opportunity today, one of the reasons I'm coming to you much later than usual, to spend a lot of time with others. In a great brunch that we had, the ladies on our block gathered, tons of people, and really great to reconnect with them. And then I had a really long business meeting. And in those spaces, it really occurred to me that the power of being a good listener is one of the most critical aspects of resilience and success in our life and in our business. And a lot of people don't work at this skill, especially if you're a chatterbox like me. It's really significant that you work and develop the skill of being a good listener. And you might wonder, why is that important? Well, the first reason is when you're building relationships, it's critical to be a good listener. It shows them that you them, you value their opinions, and that's how you foster trust, right? If someone is always just talking at you, that doesn't really feel like a relationship. That's a television, not a telephone. And our relationship should be telephones. That's one of the reasons why I love meeting and talking with and hearing from every one of you in my messages or around town or when I see you in public out in the world, because I feel like we have a telephone. I'm excited to hear what you have to say and your feedback and to see how you're doing and to get to know you. If it was a television, it would just be me spewing and you listening. That's not much fun, and that's not building a relationship. The second thing is that it enhances communication, understanding what other people need, maybe more importantly, understanding their expectations or their frustrations can be really powerful in business. I had someone who did the 11-day jumpstart and just didn't quite click with it. And so instead of reaching out and saying, "Hey, how are you? Did you love it?" I knew she didn't love it. She just absolutely did not engage. She didn't follow through. She didn't follow the system at all or any participate in the community. And so I just said, "Hey, it looks like that really didn't hit the spot for you. It wasn't what you needed. Do you have feedback for us on how we can do better?" And she really needed more one-on-one in-person accountability. And that's not what the 11-day jumpstart is about. It's a community online. But that was great feedback because it shows that there's a pocket of people that may need that specific service. And by effectively listening to what she had to say and giving her the opportunity to provide feedback, I was able to hone a business that I'm working on to grow. I was able to help a customer. And more importantly, I hope I made her feel heard and understood what she was saying. Enhancing communication is the only way to know, like, and trust everyone. And those are the foundational keys of having any good relationship, either in life or in business. If you don't trust someone, you're not going to have a great relationship with them. And it's really significant that we work at trust, especially in our country today, especially if you find yourselves on different sides of important issues. It's really critical to be able to effectively communicate, and that includes listening. The next thing is it helps you gain knowledge and insights. I can't tell you the number of times that I've thought I understood, oh, this is how this works. And the more I listen and the more I watch, I learn, oh my word, this is how that works. And getting feedback from others is truly helpful. It's going to help you pivot. It's going to help you grow. It's going to help you feel more confident because you're going to be listening to what's really happening. Now, here's one of the keys about listening. You're not listening just to respond to what the other person is telling. Here's an absolutely embarrassing story about me from my youth. We were having a family discussion and it got a little heated. I've got a younger brother. We were all sitting around, we were actually at a restaurant and we were going around and round about a really big life decision. And I was just agonizing, waiting for my turn to say something. And it was really difficult for me just to sit and be quiet and listen to each person as they spoke because I really wanted to speak up. And my brother said, "What about Amy's feelings?" And my dad looked at me like, "Okay, it's your turn to talk." And I went, "Yeah, but what about my feelings?" Making it abundantly clear I was not doing a good job of listening. I was just sitting there waiting for my chance to say my piece. That wasn't a great job. I was younger. I've learned a lot since then, but it really goes to show you that part of any sort of resolution, part of any sort of relationship is being respectful enough to listen and to learn from our mistakes, right? The next point is it'll really help you in problem solving and innovation. One of my favorite persons to talk things through with is Deanne Tharp, because when our brains get together, we really riff off of each other and we come up with new and innovative ideas. We kind of, iron sharpens iron. We push each other. We think outside the box. We're really honest about what we're doing well and what we need to grow in. We're comfortable in terms of saying, I'll say this is an area I need to learn more in. But because we have these deep conversations and we're truly listening to understand, we're learning things and being able to create new opportunities for our businesses and innovate, which is amazing in business that's 25 years old already. We share Young Living. It's a essential oils company, but it has 600 products, including supplements. And we're trying to figure out how we can best serve our audience, right? How can we serve the people that want to learn about how to live a low tox lifestyle? And when we chat together, it's amazing, but it's because we listen to each other. It's also, last but not least, critical for leadership and being empathetic. If you are not a listener, I believe you are not a leader. And a lot of failure in leadership, or the feeling that you don't have a good leader, may come from that leader not being a good listener. One of the things that we always say or we hear said around management circles is leaders are readers, which I also believe in. But I would add leaders are listeners. And the reason leaders need to be listeners is if you're going to lead, especially in a larger organization, you've got a lot of places where you're just not boots on the ground on the front line. The only way to get the data you need to make the decisions that are best for your team, for your company, for your business are to listen to the people who are, to listen to people who disagree with you, to listen to people who do want to innovate or have concerns or want you to keep something, right? Listening isn't always about listening for a problem. It's really important to continue to do the things that you do well. If you follow me, every single year I come up with 3 things I'm going to start doing in the new year, 3 things I'm going to stop doing in the new year, and 3 things I'm going to keep. If you're not listening, you're not hearing the things that you need to keep as a business, as a person, as a human. And so make sure that you are working on your listening skills. Saying, yeah, I've never been a really good listener is a cop out. You can learn how to be a better listener. It doesn't take getting embarrassed around the family dinner table to learn and to know that all of us could probably be better listeners. I learned so much today just listening to my neighbors and listening to my business partner. It meant a lot to me in those moments to sit and reflect, to take notes, to journal, and to follow up and to see where we can be growing and improving. If I hadn't been listening, I would have lost all that opportunity. So how are you going to be a good listener in this coming week? Do you think you're a good listener? Shout out below and let me know how you're rating yourself on the listening scale. I'm Amy. I'm so grateful that you're here. I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow live around 5.